You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just buy free 99. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Xavier, the Herons are back. Welcome to another episode of the Batter Herons podcast. I am your host, Chris Duran, and alongside me, I have Xavier Lavos. What's going on, Xavier?
What's up, people? Getting ready for this big match tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man! This match, the next couple matches. I mean, we're in for a doozy in terms of this week. And I mean, to start off the comments, Judas is here saying Baltasar hurt again. This dude was so hyped up, he just can't stay healthy. Goodbye. You're not staying next year.
I agree.
And yes, there's been a lot of stuff out there with the injury report, and I see you put it in the chat already. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring it up in the show as well. And shout out to Solana in the chat. What's going on, Solana? Now, as far as no, Mr. Krabs is here. Herons are back. I mean, I don't know how he got injured again, Baltasar, but we're gonna go over all that stuff. Let's first talk about what's going on with this Messi deal. We talked a little bit about it in the Spanish show. I had some conversation with Danny in the English show a couple days ago. As far as the dependency with Messi, right? And I think you brought up the fact yesterday in the Spanish show that, I mean, we're just working it through Messi. Do you think that we're just too dependent on Messi?
Well, remember last season and the times where he's been injured for an extended period of time, the team has done well. I mean, there was a streak, right, when he was out for a lot of games, and the team basically won every game, and they moved up in the rankings. But any team that has the GOAT, perhaps the greatest player of all time, the ball's gonna run through him. He owns the ball on the pitch. The ball's gonna go through him. I mentioned it yesterday, like you said in Spanish. In the best team in the world, the Argentine national team, the world champs, they're Messi dependent, right? When he's there, the ball goes through him. But I think, just like in Argentina, that when he wasn't there, they played really well also. I don't think they're Messi dependent. It's just when he's on the pitch, between the respect, the accolades that he has, that he's in the twilight of his career, is running out. They look for him and they feed him the ball. When he was in his prime, Barcelona was Messi dependent. Barcelona had the best team of all time. So it's just, when you have that type of player, that's just the way it is. I mean, Barcelona had Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, like all these superstar players in their prime, and they still were Messi dependent. So he was still the star of the show, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and I'm going to give you a response real quick, but before I do, Soccer Daddy's mentioning Danny is questionable. Danny is out hamstring
and so is his mic.
Yes, and so is his microphone. But just so everybody knows, it is our boss's birthday today. Jenny, it's his wife's birthday today. So shout out to Jenny.
Happy birthday.
And shout out to Danny and their family. They're probably spending a good time tonight hanging out and stuff. So shout out to you guys. It's Beautiful. Our boss's birthday, okay? So let's get that out of the way. Now, as far as the Messi dependency, right? Dependencia de Messi, or whatever you want to call it. I was talking to Danny a little bit earlier about it, and I feel like I mentioned yesterday in the Spanish show, we've been a little, I think Tata was able to hide. I don't want to say hide, because you can't hide a great player like that, but you made it a little bit smoother, a little bit less like it was dependent on Messi. Messi had more ability, more space or whatnot. I feel like since it's so direct with Mascherano, it looks blatantly obvious that we're going through Messi. And I think that that's one of the issues that's happening right now. And shout out to the battered design, to the battered design artist for sure. You were gonna say something, Xavier? Sorry.
No. Basically, what you're saying is the positioning. Yeah, he's a little more central, and the ball flows through him, and basically he definitely is the one that gives the best passes, pinpoint passes. But you do have Busquets gives some good passes. You have Jordi Alba on the left who crosses well. We no longer have our guy Gressel, who used to cross it in really good. But I think that it's just the fact that the type of player that he is, he's on an amazing streak right now, right? He's on a great streak, and that the focus is on him. And he's just the type of player that he finds he's a master of the game. Look at that second goal. It was basically him pressuring him by himself, just pressuring the goalie, understanding the moment and reading the play. And that's where he got his second goal. And he just finds the goals. And
I mean, it's hard. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because like you kind of want to have Messi on your team to carry a little bit for the team. But at the same time, I understand like a lot of people's frustration with us being dependent on Messi. But we'll go ahead and move past that. Yeah, I mean, you don't get it,
like
Xavier.
I
you
don't
want
get that
better
feeling
from the other players.
But you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot. It's like if you're telling me like LeBron James, because teams are dependent on LeBron James, especially at this point in his career where he's definitely not that's near his peak level, right? Messi, even at this age, is still doing incredible things, which is it's like if the time stood still. He can't take that. He doesn't have that burst that he used to have.
Yeah.
But he's changed his game in so many ways, and he's still dominant. So what you have the greatest player you're watching, enjoy it. It's going to be Messi dependent because he's just that good. You cannot expect David Reese to be playing at his level.
Absolutely not. No way.
It's especially in MLS where you have the budget constraints and all that stuff. So you're gonna have a very noticeable drop in level. But I think overall, if you saw them from the FIFA Club World Cup till now, they've all improve their level. The defense is not, bleeding goals, 3-4 goals a game like they were before. So now we have to find something else to complain about, which to me is great. You're complaining about being Messi dependent on a 5-game winning streak where, they did great at FIFA Club World Cup and he's doing amazing things. That's fine. Complain. I don't have no worries about that.
Well, let's talk about the starting 11 or what we believe to be the starting 11. But before we do, I'm going to bring up a little image I found. And this was shout out to La Ventanita podcast. They went ahead and they posted this up. We have a complete list that they had posted up, and this is from MLS.com's, I guess. The
communications, the injury report. That's
the communication report. And we have, just for those of you on audio, I'm going to read this from top to bottom. First, I'm going to start with the people that are out. We have Noah Allen out with a hamstring, Drake Callender out with a hernia, Ian Frey out with an adductor, Baltasar Rodriguez
the new
for the
Robbie
third
Robinson.
time, a hamstring out. He plays 2 games and then he just crumbles like he just crumbles like a Lego piece.
No,
Yannick Bright, we have him as questionable. Gonzalo Lujan, aka the Swiss Army knife, hamstring questionable. Alan Obando, he's always typically on this list every so often, like just sneakily. Alan Obando, hamstring questionable, and then David Ruiz on the bottom, hamstring questionable. I mean, I have no idea who's going to play this soccer game tomorrow.
Racing Fleistas, twice.
So here is the last 11 that we used to play, and I mean Segovia is going to have to stay there because Baltasar is not going to be starting, right? I mean
he shouldn't start over him anyway. I mean, what would give him the right to be starting over a guy that's been having a great season and is available? He hasn't shown me anything where he's like super. Oh, you got to start this guy, so we shouldn't even think about him starting.
Well, and then not only that, but then the question was answered. David Martinez, nobody wants him. Today was his last day practicing with the team.
And he had a really good game, I think. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. He's a lefty.
the
Maybe
team
asking too much
basically
money.
the team basically told him, you had a great game last game. Take that and go find a job.
Or lower your your demands. Everybody lower demands, and maybe we can re-sign you at some point.
So then who do you think is going to fill that spot then, Xavier?
Right now,
I mean,
you saw what the chat wrote there. Lujan is back and available, so that's your guy right there.
oh
That's your guy.
no.
But you
No
mean
way.
as the starter, they're gonna have to
Yes.
put our guy Aviles back in there. They're probably gonna have to put him back in there because I don't think Lujan will be ready for a game like this, right, coming off an injury. Who are the guys available? Who are the center backs available? Who are they?
I mean, you have
Falcon?
Toto. You have
Toto,
if you have
Falcon.
Falcon is there. You have Toto. You have Sailor.
He's probably not gonna start or play.
You have
much.
Lujan, maybe.
He's there. He's traveling with the team, but I don't think he'll start. So you have those are your four guys. So you have Falcon, Aviles, Lujan, and Sailor. Lujan, I don't think Lujan will start tomorrow. I think it's going to be pretty clear. It's going to be Falcon, Aviles. If it's not that, we could very well see Sailor in this match. Yeah, no, definitely he could play because he's been getting in a few minutes, but I don't think he would start. Is what I'm saying. If he does, I'll be surprised. And I think he's better than what people say. I'm getting a call from the guardhouse live on the stream. Hey, let them in, please. Thank you.
Well, Hernan Ka is saying we haven't lost since Lujan got injured, and that's basically Lujan going into Xavier's complex.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Lujan was the unlucky charm.
Correct.
Oh no, poor guy.
So I mean, Allende and Segovia, I think they're staying in the middle,
and they've earned it, right? They've earned it.
Busquets and Kremaki, I think, are going to be solid in the middle.
I
don't know. Maybe you can.
Redondo. He's gone back and forth, and to be honest, I think both have played pretty well. Personally, and I don't know if the chat's going to go after me or kill me or what, but I think Busi can play center back. Yeah, we know that. I think Busi should get a rest. I think the last few games his level's been a little bit. I think he's got a little bit of tired legs or something's not right with him. Obviously he's superstar, but I think he needs to rest. That was Lujan delivering Uber Eats. This is part-time.
Well, guys, job. I do think that there's going to be a little bit of a discomfort there as far as Martinez is concerned. Unfortunately, he's not going to be playing anymore. And you might be seeing some Swiss Army knife Lujan action in tomorrow's match.
I don't think he's terrible. Like, I know the chat hates him, but I don't think he's terrible.
I think he's awful.
Oh, you hate him too, yeah.
Yeah, he's awful. Well, let's go. Let's talk about our opponent this week, guys. Because remember, we do have a game tomorrow. It is against the FC Cincinnati, and we are going to be playing against them basically twice within the next 10 days. So we're going to be seeing this team, or we're going to have to remember what happens against this team. We did bring someone to come on board with us, and you guys know him very well. And let me bring on my boy Justin to the show from Cincy Soccer Talk, guys. What's up, Justin?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm just enjoying you guys talking about champagne problems over there. Something that us in Cincinnati know. It's like, is Messi playing too much? Is it just all Messi? It's like, oh God, I think every all 29 other teams would love to have Messi on our team right now.
Yeah, right. Like, we're talking about Messi dependency, and then it's like, oh my God, these guys are talking about depending on
why is he scoring so many goals? Why is he scoring? Why is he doing these fantastic?
Why does he have 3 straight braces? Come on. Five straight braces.
Record-setting 5 straight braces. Why is he doing that? Why is he scoring beautiful free kicks?
Hey everyone, hey everybody in chat. I can see y'all.
Just oh yeah, well, there's a story behind that because we were supposed to get Justin to cover Cavalier.
Yeah.
And I mean, Justin, you were familiar with Cavalier.
Ari de Cavalier, man.
Yes, and we ended up. Well, what we ended up doing was we ended up going to grab an actual Jamaican from Jamaica
What are
that
you trying
talks
to say,
about
Justin? Justin's not an actual
that
Jamaican.
talks about
Come on,
Cavalier.
yeah.
Shout out to Bam.
Adebayo?
No, yeah, it was the opponent
No, it wasn't Adebayo.
For last year. FC Cincinnati played Cavalier, and I watched a total of 17 matches as a build up to the CONCACAF Champions Cup match between them. And I am just all about Cavalier now. Cavalier is my team. Rudolph Speed has an amazing system, and I can't wait to see that club
They
actually
played well.
make it.
They played well against
exactly.
Cincinnati, to be honest. All those young
They
kids.
just play so young, yeah. And it's like it's the complete opposite to the rest of the Jamaican Premier League. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk a little bit of FC Cincinnati and Miami.
Let's do it.
Well, and you got your own 10 that we have to kind of worry about as well, Justin. As far as like the tactically, what are you guys doing tactically and formation wise to be able to help work it with your number 10?
If you know, let me know, okay? Because we're kind of sputtering a little bit. We lead the league in 1 goal wins, and it's working with Kevin Dinke and Evander. They're getting their goals. Evander's now got 13 goals, and Kevin Dinke's got 12 goals. But it's just like we saw in the Columbus match this Saturday, and Hell is Real. Once they make an adjustment and they kind of take away those long diagonal passes, we just sputter because we have no build-up play. We're missing some key pieces, and of course we'll be missing Kevin Dinke coming up. So
what a shame.
Yeah. That's definitely not what you want to hear after being embarrassed at home to Columbus and then have Inter Miami coming in on Wednesday and you're playing without your star 9.
What happened? You started 2-0.
I don't know.
Started fast. At what moment did you feel that the game changed? Because it changes, the momentum changes. At what point did you guys feel,
Yeah, it was definitely those 2 second or end of first half goals. They scored in the 43rd minute and then the +3 stoppage time.
But right before that, was there something happening in the game that looked like that was going to happen, or
yes,
all of a sudden, boom, boom?
No, it was those 2 instances. I would say it was boom, boom, but Nancy had been able to shift to a 5 in the back a little bit toward the end of the first half. And that really gave us fits because we were looking to get big acres of space passing lanes. And once we were trying to fit the ball in tight spaces, then they were just eating us alive.
It's a lot.
Well, one thing I did notice is that in the last 5 games, you guys had 3 times where you guys used different formations. I mean, did you guys end up settling in within the game to the same formation that you guys are accustomed to, or has it been basically different every other game?
It's been basically that same, right? The 3-5-2 or whatever you would call it, right? You play the 3 center backs, then you have 2 wing backs that play more attacking style. And then you have the 2 sitting holding midfielders. Then you have your key 10 at the top, and you have 2 complementary pieces above him. So that's really the bread and butter of FC Cincinnati for years. It's just changed over the last few years without having the Brandon Vasquez, without having the Brenner, without having even the Bupenza, and this year without Lucho Acosta. You're not seeing those situations where we're getting out and having those amazing breakout plays. We're having to do things a little bit more of the dirty work, with skill, being able to, fight off a few defenders and then take a crack at goal.
Well, and I just wanted to mention one thing here because you just said something that kind of stood out. That Columbus recognized that you guys were kind of working it from the sides and kind of forced you to work a little bit more center, forcing it internally. Is that what you would consider sort of the strengths and weakness there?
I would think it's really interesting. Like we're extremely good in and around the 18. But the service delivery from our wingbacks has been god awful this year. And then our ability to handle the counter press, and when a team presses us at the midfield, we really, really, really flounder on the floor. And so we are we have moments in the matches, and I was on our podcast last night, and we were trying to debate where is this like all coming from, and to me, I'm not wanting to criticize effort, but there's clearly a floor that just drops out for this team at some point in the match, whether they concede the goal or what. And you have a lot of people ball watching, and it's you can't have that. I mean, we have a lot of old, tired legs, right? We have the likes of Kai Kamara.
You don't say.
Yeah, we have Kai Kamara, who's like 40-something years old now, like Messi's age here. You have DeAndre Yedlin, who plays our wingback position. You guys are familiar.
Not that old.
Oh, come on, though. He plays old. We'll say that for sure.
He hasn't been that bad, though. I've noticed I mean, go ahead, Justin.
I would say he's been serviceable. His ball delivery is terrible. That's the worst part of his game. Like, I think he's got the hustle points. He's able to cut back on defense. He's able to bring the ball forward. He's able to link up play. But when he gets out there and he gets space, he cannot deliver a ball in the box to save his life. It's painful to watch.
He used to frustrate me here because he'd get the ball wide in space and then just pass it back. He would never take on. He would never take on the defender. Does he still do that? Because
it's more of getting
automatic pass back.
It's more of the get to the end line and then cross it, and it's usually just one of those chaos. You're hoping for just a ball deflected to the right guy, right? Because it's not any delivery with any kind of accuracy at all. It's basically just putting the ball in front of goal and hoping one of your guys gets on the other.
It's noticeable his drop from his peak. It's
100%.
Well, as far as like the team is concerned, defending, and I mentioned this in the Spanish show yesterday, you guys are pretty disciplined. You guys are in the top 5 with least amount of fouls. So that's a good thing, right? You guys seem to be disciplined on paper. The scary thing that I didn't mention on the Spanish show yesterday, Xavier, and I don't know if you have any questions or thoughts, but they are number 2 on target scoring attempts. So as far as the shots go, they're pretty efficient, which is pretty dangerous when we just brought up an image where the guy that was in there starting is jobless tomorrow. And then we're getting our Swiss Army knife Lujan, who everybody wishes was playing for another team in another country. I mean, Xavier, before I get Justin's opinion on this, like, are you? I don't know what you think about that, but that sounds kind of scary.
Well, right here is this the fact they're saying Denki and Kubo are both out. Are they both out for that? Okay,
along with Abina Nwobodo.
That's huge.
Are huge. Like he's been out for a few matches. Yuya Kubo has been out for probably the last 10, 11 matches. Abina, I think it was like 4 matches ago. He has some kind of knee injury. He's out until maybe the playoffs.
That's a big losses for Cincinnati. And Denki's not in, so Evander's dangerous, but he doesn't have his 1-2 punch there.
Yeah,
those 2 guys are at a different level. They're above MLS level basically, and they would be the focus point for Miami. So now they can focus a little more on Evander, and I think the midfield can heat him up if they press. They don't let him control the ball, don't let him be comfortable. But he just makes things happen, right? He makes things happen out of nothing. He breaks away. He gets some shots at different weird angles. So if they can keep an eye on him, keep him under control, we should be good. And I wrote in my article, I think that this is a game, an opportunity because Inter Miami, since they got back from the FIFA Club World Cup, they've been making statements, winning games and making like statements. Hey, we're back. We're playing at a better level, a high level. And Cincinnati, if Inter Miami can beat them at their house, I think they can send you guys spinning downward, because that defeat versus Columbus was tough. Brutal. And if you get another one, a back-to-back with Miami, it might see them dropping a little bit, but anything can happen. This is a tough game.
It could. When I heard you guys talking about Boosie possibly playing center back, I was thinking back to last year when we had the 7-1 win at home, and I was like, please, dear God, put Boosie back there. We'll put, because we know what's probably going to happen. Now, I'm like, you never know what's going to happen, but if I was a betting man, I think Pat Noonan's putting Orishano up top for this match, and Orishano had a lot of success against Miami last year playing up top. Yeah. So that it works out for us, because currently we have like 3 left backs and 1 mediocre right back. And so it's
Yelin's mediocre. His salary's not mediocre.
His salary is not mediocre, but that's like all FC Cincinnati players, right? We have Sergio Santos, who's making like $985 a year. He's eating up a ton of cap space, and he's had like 4 goals in the past couple of years.
Look at Nick. Yes, it was 6-1, and you should have never brought that up, because all the Inter Miami guys watch us in English and Spanish, because we have bilingual, and they're gonna be upset. Tomorrow might be brutal for you guys. Now that you brought that up,
little reminder. Huh?
Put it on them, guys. Put it on them. Sailor, get a header in there. Let's go.
Well, you mentioned Orejano, and I was thinking that he would be an X factor. Who do you think? Who would you consider an X factor for this coming game tomorrow, Justin? Give me like 1 or 2 guys that are not Evander and Orejano.
That's a good question, man.
That's a tough one right now, because everyone's having to occupy. Well,
because everybody's
spaces.
dead. I mean,
everyone's
Kamara,
hurt. Yeah. It's one of those situations.
I think
I might have to go to your best, your favorite player on FC Cincinnati's team, Chris. I think you have to go with Roman Celentano. He's got to be big. Roman's played well. If you look at the Columbus match, 2 of those goals were off of either own goal or deflected off of his own player. He's been playing well otherwise. So I think he's one of those games where, he's got Matt, he's got Miles in front of him. He's going to have probably Teenage Hadebe, maybe Gilberto Flores playing in front of him. So he's got players he's comfortable with now. We're not putting Yedlin at right back or center back anymore. So I think we'll have a situation where you're playing Messi and you're playing against Suarez. I mean, there's no doubt that you're going to have a goalkeeper stand on his head. I'm not saying a Guzan performance, but like he's got to really make some shot stops.
That Guzan happens once in a lifetime.
Exactly.
Who's our X factor, Chris?
Who's our X factor?
Yeah, who is it for you?
I can't mention Messi. Like,
no.
I think Messi is just too simple. I think without mentioning any of the big 4, as far as the X factor is concerned, I would like to say that it would be Cremaschi. I feel like the way that Cremaschi plays. Typically, the way that Cremaschi plays, it leads to either success or failure. And there's games where he plays incredibly well, and the team around him plays incredibly well because of his hustle, because of his ball placement. So to me, Cremaschi is probably our X factor. I mean, look, Destiny's saying Segovia.
Our chat has gotten better watching the show in English and Spanish. They've learned a lot of football here, because they're saying really good things. Cremaschi, I think, was a good choice by you, and Segovia. What people are saying there, Segovia if he can balance out Evander, if he can keep the ball with Messi, if they can keep it away from him, make him defend, and maybe Segovia get a go in, You know, that is a huge X factor. That's a big matchup right there in the midfield. That's going to be a nice matchup in the midfield. I know that he's further in the wing, but Evander flows all over the field.
Well, look at this one. Mike V saying, I think Toto's going to have a big game, but mostly I think Allende is going to cook the defense.
Wow, look at, you know what? I'm gonna give the chat a clap because they're coming in strong and mentioning some good things. Either any of those guys, because they're not like that first tier all-star type guys that anybody really knows, but Segovia's making a name for himself. Allende definitely has the talent to do it. Kremaski and Kremaski can directly influence because he's gonna be marking Evander a lot. He's going to be in his face and making him uncomfortable. So all those guys, you know, let's see if one of those guys is actually the X factor, or hopefully they all play at a high level like we expect, and we put 6 on them at their house. 6 on them.
Good luck.
That'd be
tough.
That would be best.
The only way that would happen.
Now, Justin, well, and I'll tell you, I think Suarez might be due for a big game, but we'll have to see. You know what it is? That we're literally on a podcast sitting with Justin here, and we're saying Suarez is due. Like, I can't imagine other teams just looking at us.
And he's got 5 goals. He's got
Suarez is due.
Justin is an outside, you know, voice of reason. I see Justin. Suarez gets attacked here. They want to bench him. The guy has 5 goals and 8 assists. Would you take that on Cincy right now?
At that position?
No, well, we know Denki has, but like just
sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would pair Suarez with Denki. I would.
Imagine that.
Yeah, because it's the X factor, right?
Would he be an upgrade? Would he be an upgrade to?
Oh yeah, no doubt. But here's the thing about Suarez. Like, even if Suarez isn't making the plays, everyone is marking him. Everyone is scouting him. They're not letting Suarez score today. So Suarez has to do double the work at double the age of most of these players to be able to get his, you know, stuff. And he's getting 5 goals, 8 assists. I mean, you know, hats off to him. I mean,
and he's having a bad season. He's having a bad season right now.
Bad one. Yeah, very bad.
That's a bad season.
He might be outscoring
Who? What happened to? Oh no! What happened to the white Jamaican? He froze on us.
Are you there, Justin?
You know what? We told him about Suarez, and like it threw off his whole system. Like it went down.
Yeah, it probably did. It probably did. I think he's trying to.
Now he'll be back.
I think he's trying to. I'll remove him for a second. So
Justin putting about to start. He got injured in the middle. A few minutes and he got injured.
Hold on. Let me see if I can bring him back up. Justin, you there?
He pulled a hamstring. Justin pulled a hamstring.
Yeah, Justin pulled a hamstring.
He'll be back. I mean, he was thinking about it. When I told him those 6 that we're going to put on him, and our guy Suarez is going to put a couple in, he got nervous, and that's it. He got off. He said, "No, I'm off. I'm out, guys."
Oh no, he's back.
No
he's
way.
back.
He's trying. There he is. There he is. What happened?
Maybe I'm doing. I got like Chris's juju over here. This is coming my way now.
Well, I know. Yes, there's something going on with the system here. I mean,
they said that you pulled an ACL tear.
I like the comment. What is that? Mastiano Pinado.
Oh, Messiano. We saw Justin more than Baltasar, to be honest.
And some people want to start Baltasar. I don't understand, man. You know, but I'm not gonna go after the Chagas today. They've been good. They've been putting some nice.
We're like, if I can go a little bit further into FCC for a second, we're at the you see it all the time in sports. We're one of those teams that are so close to winning the championship, but refuse to take a step back and try to really fix the problems right now. We're just putting duct tape on it and keep driving forward, right? We brought in some massive pieces, right? Evander and Dinke, but we have lots of problems salary-wise throughout it that we've been able to kind of fit the puzzle pieces just nicely to where we're somehow able to get a roster. But this Saturday, we had 0 midfielders 0 midfielders on our bench. None, not one. And we only have one injured. So that's becoming a huge problem in FC. Well, we have 2 because Obina is also out, but that's becoming a huge problem for FC Cincinnati. We're, instead of, maybe breaking down camp and going a different way, we're just forcing our way up this cliffside, and it's not going well.
You're trying to do a Miami, but you just can't do it as good as Miami.
Yeah.
Our budget geniuses over here have been able to figure it out.
Well, I think Chris Albright's done a masterful job with the roster, but it's at this point, like this is our motto: is win championships now. But if we keep doing this, we're not going to win a championship, because what we're doing is we think we have a window, but it just keeps getting worse. And we're just slowly descending back into a state where, in a few years, we could be looking at ourselves like the Philadelphia Union when they're looking around the league and saying, oh man, everyone passed us. I know the Union's doing really good this year, but I'm going back a year where they had Martinez and they had, Gazdag, and they had all these players that they were trying to hold on to, Julian Carranza, but they instead of, maybe removing some of those pieces and really getting a good full team, they try to hold on to that core group, and it's all falling apart.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the lack of midfielders. I felt like at some point we had too many. I mean, realistically, we have Kramaski, we have David Ruiz. They both play midfield.
Very young and cheap.
We have Busquets, we have Redondo, we have Bright, we have Baltasar Rodriguez, who typically is a midfielder. Segovia. I mean, we have midfielders, and now DePaul is supposedly on his way as well. So, like, here we are. We're littered with midfielders.
But that's been by design. I don't know if, like, at the beginning of the season, Marcelo talked about it. A lot of these players are two-way players that play multiple positions, right? Mm-hmm. So you can use them all over the pitch, and they're also midfielders. Like David Ruiz has been injured. He can come in. He plays midfield, but we're having an issue at right back right now. So he could be penciled right in. All these guys play multiple positions. Segovia, plays the wing. It's not his natural fit. He's a center midfielder, but they can use him that way. We've used Kramaski all over. He just needs to play goalie and center forward. That's basically the only thing he hasn't played yet, right? So it's that's what I think has helped Inter Miami is the versatility. All these players can shift and move around, except our big four. They are where they are.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that, for me as an FC Cincinnati fan, I know you got Messi, I know you got Suarez, but the player I'm most concerned with, and because he's just been consistently burning people. I don't know about this season. I haven't been watching Miami as much as I have been, but I always terrified of Jordi Alba, his ability to affect and really quarterback the team in times and playing up that channel. That's terrifying for us because we love to get our winger backs in central forward positions.
Right.
So we're gonna get kind of
he hasn't had the same year as last year where he had 14 assists, but he's still Jordi Alba. And just right really here, it's someone talking about Kramaski and Segovia. Yeah, they're not. That's not their best fit, but they can play wingers and they have played at the wing during the season, and that's why I mentioned it. They've been able to. But yeah, Jordi hasn't been cooking yet like he did all of last season, but he's still a very dangerous player out in the wing, and he pushes those passes beautifully. So hopefully he starts picking up as the season, as they head into the playoffs is what I'm hoping. All these older or Barca boys, we want them to play a few less minutes because they played them in the 90. We want them to, at least I do, I want them to play 70, 75, get 15 minutes, every game, let someone else come in, rest, because we want them with those legs for the end of the season. I think that's what happened last season. Busquets was burnt, and he was injured, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Towards the end of the season, they looked like they had tired legs. But overall, I think they're doing a little better job this season. But I wish they would rest those guys a little bit.
Well, before I ask if you're a degenerate gambler, Kamara So you don't. What do you think about Kamara's presence and effect on the team? Has he been good?
Yeah, I think he has. He's given us that hold up option that has been lost since Brendan Vasquez left, right? That target player that we can play out of the back, play a little bit more recklessly at trying to get the balls cleared out and have somebody that can break a counter, right? That's been completely missing since 2023. So I like Kai Kamara. I think he gets in the right spaces. I think he's a good leader. I think he's a player that plays hard for full, whatever shift that we're giving him. I think he played like 75 minutes this past match. So he's playing a lot of minutes at that age. But he's been a success for us. We have so many bad forwards on our team with Corey Baird and Sergio Santos that are absolutely doing absolutely nothing for this team.
Crazy, huh?
And taking up space, senior roster spots. The mechanic is that you can burn 2 contracts at in the summer window. I wouldn't be surprised if FC Cincinnati burns both those contracts because we're only I think it's now 2 seasons out of the last 2 seasons. We're like at what game 20 or something like that, match day 25 or whatever that is for each team. I think combined between the 2 strikers that we have that are making a decent amount of money, they're at 4 goals in all competitions. And we've played CCC, we've played Leagues Cup. It's just terrible, man. It's like you got to get rid of these clowns because we had the problem with Bupinza, but that was a different problem, right?
Yeah.
And now we're dealing with just lack of production from anybody not named Evander and Kevin Dinke.
Justin, you guys had a 4-game win streak, prior. So
Yeah.
What was going right, or it was just basically, you guys were pulling through and getting the victories despite not playing well. What was going right at that point?
It's just painful to watch at times. There are moments where it's just gobstop brilliance, right? There was a game against Sporting Kansas City where Dinke gets a bicycle kick out of nowhere. It was a game against Toronto where Dinke, breaks down 7 Toronto FC defenders to score a goal in the box. There's just, you get these world-class Olympicos from, I think Evander has 13 goals, and all 8 of those goals have been from outside of the box.
Yeah, he just rips it.
He just rips it, man, and he's accurate with it. So we're able to get that goal, and then defensively sound enough in our ability to be able to. But there are many moments in a match where it could have easily been a tie or gone the other way.
I'm glad to hear
that. We're one of those teams that's just, I mean,
let me bring up this comment.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, did he? Oh no, he's like, oh, what's the comment?
Go ahead, Justin. No, go ahead, Justin.
I was just gonna say we're like the little engine that could, and we're just waiting for that breakdown at some point. We have 2 incredible players. We have good players all around, but the entire unit, unless something drastically changes, we're kind of sitting ducks for.
So they're not cohesive. They're not playing cohesive.
No.
The team hasn't gelled, and then your 2 superstars are basically carrying the team, is what you're telling me.
Yep.
At this point. Okay.
I'm gonna bring up this comment real quick. Cringe with a 199 super slam.
Bring up Chris Penny.
Chris
Xavier Pennies. He said this is the worst podcast microphones I've ever.
Well, no, I'm gonna get to that one. But first, Cringe is saying, Chris, fix your Wi-Fi. I want you guys to know, I've had this.
Look, it just happened. Oh, he moved the box. The podcast is over. He moved. Don't move the box. Don't touch the mic. Now we're off air. We're off air.
So can you guys hear me? Can you hear
me?
We
can.
Now we can. Yep. You're back.
Right? Okay, I've had this super box that literally gives me like strong Wi-Fi or whatever.
Like
That's
Nintendo.
what AT&T
That's
told
a Nintendo from like 1994, right? You repurposed it. It looks like a Nintendo.
So, and then Xavier Penny saying, "I've never seen a podcast with worse microphones." The microphone sounds good.
Today it does.
Everybody's microphone here sounds good. I mean,
even my
I don't know what
cheapies,
you're
I
talking
think,
about,
have good
Xavier.
quality. He's talking about last show. He's still back in the last show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look,
last show was
I need
bad.
to start. It was, and I need to start gambling, and hopefully my gambling will be able to give me money to get a microphone, because we're gonna need more than one 199 Super Slam to be getting better microphones, guys.
Yeah, I don't think people quite understand those. I don't think people quite understand the logistics behind that. So right off the bat, it's Apple. If you didn't know, the reason why it's got the 0.99, it's always Apple. So somebody's using their Apple device to pay for it. They're taking a penny off of every transaction. And then on top of that, YouTube takes another $1 off of it. So you're actually getting 99 cents. So we need a lot more donations in the chat, if you don't mind.
Right. Mike V's finally said something good today. Elon, we need
Absolutely.
Starlink. We need Starlink. We need to hook up with Elon.
We're in a third world country in Dade County right now. Come on, guys.
Yes. So Justin, let's say you're a degenerate gambler and you decide to throw the house, my internet, and those scarves on the game on Inter Miami. Okay. And you don't feel too sure about the outcome. And you have incredible access tomorrow in Cincinnati to Javier Mascherano. And you have the opportunity to whisper in his ear.
Yep.
And tell him exactly how Inter Miami can beat Cincinnati. Yeah. What are you telling him?
I don't think he needs me. He can just watch the tape. It stands out on the tape. Play the ball back at the top of the 18. FC Cincinnati is lost, directionless. They don't know. They have not been able to figure out how to defend outside of our 18. We have two guys that are filling in at midfielder, and we have a bunch of we'll say seasoned center backs that aren't doing a whole lot to step out and really take away that option. So it's just kind of, it's cringeworthy to watch people just stand outside of our 18 and just pop shots at us over and over again.
So Miles Robinson, what type of season?
Well, he just got back. And so the Columbus game was his first game back from the Gold Cup, where he sat on the bench the entire time. So to be fair to him, he didn't get a lot of playing time over the last month. But he's been decent. He's just like Miles Robinson, even going back to Atlanta United post injury, has just always had that missing that extra step, right? That injury was really good for him. And then Matt Miazga is just getting a little bit old, and he had a season-ending injury last year on his knee, and he just has not come back the same.
So you got two injured or center backs. So that's like music to Suarez's ear, and Chris's prediction might be there, where Suarez might just like woke up the dancing bear, might just like get up and get a couple.
He might. I think the athleticism for Miles Robinson's still there. It's just, for whatever reason, it seems like he's always a step late to react to anything that's going on around him. He had the own goal. It was because Diego Rossi pushed him into the box, and normally Miles is all over him like a glove, but he was a step late reacting to that. So he was trying to clear the ball wide of net, and unfortunately directed it right into the side netting. It's like, great.
Well, Xavier, before we get to predictions, Amanda wants to remind everybody, remember when Justin had to help Chris watch the Champions Cup? Yeah, I remember that. That was fun times. Yeah. Justin had to help me crack the code.
We're pirates out here, man. We're over here illegally pirating. What was it? It was the cup.
It was
the World Cup.
It was the Champions. The Champions Cup.
Yeah. I'll say it here. I don't care. Can I say it here? Let me make sure that I don't put you in.
Let me put my fingers like this.
Yeah.
So they know I can't hear.
So if you go incognito mode on Google, you can go into, like, if you're using Google Chrome and you're doing incognito mode, it doesn't track your IP address. So you can go into those, streams that only give you like 45 minutes or something like that. And you can just keep hitting refresh and it doesn't recognize you as consuming that 45 minutes. So you can just keep watching the entire match. I know that was very technical and nerdy, but it's like, what a abuse of a system. But I'll keep doing it. I'm not paying for cable.
Hey, it works.
Until they figure it out. Like all those people from FCC watch the show too. So now,
yeah. Everybody on Fox Sports FS1 is listening tonight. So,
well, Sports World Talk drops another $1.99.
So we're only getting 99 cents out of that. It's basically what Chris told us.
So with RDP coming to MLS, who is next? And what team? I have no idea who's next, but I think that this is good for the league because the league does have to start anteing up some money and some space to get some big players.
Some younger players in their prime, high quality players coming in. That's what we need.
Can I get really bizarre and really stupid with this?
Sure.
Let's just so your DPs are Suarez, Messi, and who's your third DP?
So supposedly Alba, but I keep telling everybody on the roster, on the MLS roster, he just shows international. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. So weird universe here, and this isn't going to happen, but it would be so fun to watch if Alba or Suarez hang it up this year.
They're talking about Busquets doing that.
And then they go and get Emi Martinez for Inter Miami.
That's been kind of mentioned because of his contract, but I don't think that. I don't think they.
They got the money.
Yeah, but why? But Ostari came in old and then beat out Calendar and it's been playing brilliant. So you can probably get another goalkeeper and just, spend that money on someone else.
Do you think Emi Martinez could be replaced by anybody in this league? At his age.
No. And he's not that old. He's not that old.
Exactly.
And he adds
Brady.
Celebrity value. You like who?
I like Brady from Chicago. I like him. I think he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Brady is very nice.
There's several, really, really good goalkeepers in the league. I just don't know if we would bring him, but he would be star power. That's part of the Miami thing, right? The mystique. They bring the player also for star player power to bring people into the stadiums to sell jerseys. So would a goalie sell jerseys? Have you ever seen anybody wearing a goalie's jersey?
Debo would sell. Yeah, Debo would
I'm
sell.
I'm asking that it's interesting, right? Would you see kids maybe
watch Villa's match days and tell me if anybody wears an Emi Martinez jersey.
Do they? No,
he's awesome. The best.
He's loved.
He
he
wasn't born in Birmingham, obviously, but he is the most Birmingham player you will find. He with the crap talking and everything. But I think if you're being honest with yourself, you have to take a look at LAFC and Toronto FC as the teams that are going to bring in the next big star. I mean, you don't go out and spend $75 million on Insigne and Bernardeschi and just say, well, that didn't work, so we're done. Yeah. They're going to go after somebody again. And hopefully this time they do their homework.
And Justin, just before we get to prediction, Soccer Daddy says, I work in Google. You guys are done.
Cooked.
We're cooked. We're completely cooked.
Or give him a job.
Yeah. Prediction time, guys. Let's get to the prediction of the scores. We did this in Spanish yesterday, Xavier, but we'll go ahead and let Justin take the reins right now. Justin, what do you think is going to be the end result in the game between Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati tomorrow night?
Well, fortunately, most FC Cincinnati fans and the league as a whole has Messi phobia right now. So nobody's going to hear this prediction. So, but I am going to go with the chat. I've seen a couple people put it in there. 3-1 Inter Miami. I think they take it to FC Cincinnati. Okay,
3-1. And what about you, Xavier?
6-0.
Bombastos.
I'm doing a Chris today. I'm I'm gonna do a Chris today, and I'm gonna say normally I'm the person that's pragmatic on the show. This is Justin's first time that he sees me, so I'm gonna go completely different. I'm gonna do a divu. I'm gonna talk crap, and I'm gonna say 6-0 today.
Xavier, you have to give me post-match questions for Pat Noonan if it's a 6-0 match. You gotta message me and
I'll DM you. I'll DM you. Are you bringing Divo next year?
Well, I'm going to go with some of the people in the chat as well. I'm going to agree with a 3-1 victory on the Inter Miami side. I feel like we're going to be able to score goals, and I feel like, and like I mentioned yesterday, I think Suarez is going to bang in a goal tomorrow night. So
we need it. Look, really quickly, because I know we're about to end. What Xavier Pennies has been good today. He's talking about what Garber's going to say. What do you think, Justin? We've had a lot of rumors and people saying that there might be some rule changes. But, there's some rule changes coming up.
Rule changes in the MLS? They never do that.
But well, I have a theory that the fans from Cincinnati, Columbus, and New England, they all hate Inter Miami. So they're all going to say that it's going to be an Inter Miami rule now that they're going to add
they always do. Yeah,
they're going to add another two new DPs or maybe 3, hopefully to add, to make it 6 DPs in the team. Let's see what happens. I have no clue. I'm just hoping that would be something like that.
We want that. For God's sakes, let us do crazy stuff spinning. We want to go. We still have
and be able to sell that spot, like the Josh, DP, international, sell the DP spot too.
We still have Josh Sargent that we swung and missed on $25 million. We went after Weston McKennie last year, and we swung and missed on him because we just came in a little bit lower. If we could have gone out and put in the money, because cap. You have to figure out the cap, right?
Yes.
You can't just go out and say 25 million for that. That gets passed on
right.
for however many years are on that contract. It gets divided by whatever the years on the contract is. So, I mean, we're spending 25 million. Partly we got Kevin Dinke and we got
you got 2 studs. If you were able to add a couple more, would be extremely dangerous team.
This ownership group, I know laughable, the Reds aren't that great or whatever, but people forget this ownership group was the general manager at the Bengals and the owner of the Cincinnati Reds. And they're a big fish in a small pond right now because all the guys with money couldn't give a damn about their team. I don't even know if Robert Kraft knows that he has a team until he does taxes. He's just what is this revolution thing? And so I think FC Cincinnati agree. In the short term, FC Cincinnati would dominate in a field like that where they expand the roster rules and open it up. Obviously, a lot of teams would fold, like Colorado and all those teams would fold because they couldn't keep up. But if FC Cincinnati had that situation, it would be a heyday for us for 5 years, and then reality would come in. Reality would be that match expectation for the coastal cities and stuff like that. They'll crush us in the end.
We'll have a party.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I can't wait to watch the game tomorrow. And that was a good question, Xavier. I think that there is going to be some changes. And before we write out, just 2 comments I want to bring here. Rosel Mauricio says, I just want them to raise the salary cap. Mm-hmm. And then Mitch says something very important here. It was around this time last year where they added that roster designation rule for U22s and 2 DPs or 3 U22s and 3 DPs. So there might be a couple big changes we'll be seeing happening pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, if I could interject, MLS has just always been crazy about rule changes. If you remember in 2023, that's when we got that weird new playoff system. And remember, we got it at it was match day 2 when we got it. We didn't even know what the playoff looked like when we started the season. It's So if MLS is gonna change the rules, it's going to happen, Messi or no Messi. It's just always been the same.
Well, Justin, let everybody know where they can be able to find you and your stuff and all the good stuff you guys do.
Yeah, you guys can find us at Cincy Soccer Talk on X, Instagram, Facebook. You can find our website, CincinnatiSoccerTalk.com. We do a lot of written coverage. Mainly, most people come to us for our podcast. I don't participate in the podcast all that much because we have some really good group of guys that do that. I know Solana was on our Jersey Swap podcast.
Yes, he was yesterday.
And so if you guys want to go check that out. Him and Jeff were talking up about Inter Miami coming into the match. So really cool show there. And then if you like the quirkiness of local soccer, that's primarily where I've kind of rested in recently. I've been covering a lot of if people don't know the geography of Cincinnati, we're surrounded by Louisville, Indianapolis, Columbus, Dayton. We're hop skip away from several USL MLS teams and then even below that. So check us out over there at CincinnatiSoccerTalk.com.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And Xavier, let everybody know where they can find that article that you wrote and any last words.
LemonCityLive.com, and you can follow me on X at XGLavos. Last words, it's going to be a wonderful game. It's going to be a wonderful game. We're going to take a look at Evander, a future Inter Miami player. A great Inter Miami type player. I mean, we got a lot of Brazilians down here. He'd feel great over here.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to recruit or anything like that. I'm not trying to recruit.
Well, Justin, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for taking the time to walk through the Cincinnati. Yeah, everybody is saying great to have Justin, the White Jamaican, on the podcast. Much appreciated. For those of you guys listening on audio, thank you guys so much for listening on Napster, Spotify, whatever. Throw 5 stars. And for those of you listening in live with us on YouTube, thank you guys so much for contributing and hanging out with us on a preview show. You guys are literally the best ever. Mitch is saying Xavier is
tampering. He broke FCC rules. Like, we're gonna get banned. This is what episode is this?
Google's coming after us. Forget about it.
And the mics are not working. This episode has been a disaster, dude.
Yeah. Well, guys, again, thank you guys so much for the time tonight and for hanging out with us. And until the next one, which is tomorrow, the post game, have a good one.
Peace.